Hello and welcome to the show. I know that for some of you, you've already listened to today's episode, wondering how come there's an extra episode today, and that's because this is a bonus episode because I've run up on something in my personal life, which also ties to a podcast episode that I made. I can't remember when. I think it was last week. That's when we're talking about working for free, giving free samples, those sorts of things. And so we're looking at circumstances where doing something for free might not be a bad idea. And I explored some contexts where it might be a good idea to work for free, in quote, work for free. But remember, for those of you who listen to that episode, this is not my endorsement. So I'm not saying that this is how all of us should get into business by running around and doing stuff for free. But I spoke to someone recently, or rather, I just got off the phone with a person. He's a young chap based in Lagos, real estate space, who's been shadowing my content for a while, and he's come across some marketing course in Lagos, some marketing something funnel for real estate, or I can't remember the title, and it costs 50,000 naira. Now, for this young man, 50,000 naira is quite a squeeze. And we're chatting back and forth. And so I asked him, "Do you have a wife?" He says, "Nope." I said, "Do you have a girlfriend?" He says, "No." And so I said, "Okay, cool. Problem solved. What you do is just work for these people for free. Um, Work for them for free for about 2 or 3 months. You'll get to pick up a few things and know whether this is an ecosystem that is worth hanging around." And I left it at that. Now, unfortunately, when you're texting back and forth, you know exactly what it is that you want to say in your head, and then you type it out. And we always assume that what you have typed out is sufficient to pass across the message. And this is one of those circumstances where what I typed was not sufficient to pass across the message. So the young man was like, I don't understand. And I told him, okay, I'm in the middle of stuff right now. Buzz me at about so and so, and then we can talk some more. And so he called, and the conversation went something like this. It was like, okay, I heard what you said, but I really don't understand. So I slowed things down. I was like, oh, okay. So the reason why I asked why you're married or if you have a girlfriend is because, oh, by the way, this young chap is 20 years old. And I think it's really admirable that we have 20-year-old guys and girls who are trying to get some sort of hustle going on. Because I remember when I was 20, because I think I got into school when I was about, I think I was 18 or so. I think I was 18, maybe 19 by the time I got into university. And at that age, to be honest, I just wanted to make as many female friends as possible. That's where I was at that stage in my life, unfortunately. So it's nice to see that there are 20-year-old guys and 18-year-old girls who are going around and who are thinking about uh, what are my skills, what's my hustle, what can I build a sustainable business out of. So whenever I run into these chaps, I always give them as much time and support as I can, because quite frankly, I wish this was the sort of stuff that I was doing when I was at that age. So that's the reason why I asked him, do you have a wife? Do you have kids? Because if you have a wife, going to go and work for someone for free, it's not going to cut it, because you guys have bills, you have kids. If you have a girlfriend, working for someone for free might not cut it, because your girlfriend, well, if you're a 20-year-old person dating an 18-year-old, she might not quite understand the vision, and she wants to spend lots of time with you. Dating involves money, those sorts of things. So for a single guy who's 20 years old, no family, no girlfriend, working for free, no problem. Now, this is the reason why I proposed that he should work for free, because for him, 50,000 naira for the program is quite an investment. And I understand, because even if I had a free 50,000 naira and he was like, hey, bro, can you spot me something? I wouldn't, because I'd have other things to send that 50,000 naira towards. So 50,000 naira is quite a stretch. So I explained to him that I was trying to see how you can de-risk the decision before going in. Because if you take 50,000 naira, you throw it towards a program, the program turns out to be not effective, then you've wasted a lot of your time and you've wasted a lot of your money. You're not going to get that 50,000 naira back, because course creators in Nigeria are not in the habit of giving refunds if you don't think that the money um, if you don't think the money paid was worth the course. I know that there's some folks in America and in the UK who do that sort of thing, that if you take the course, you don't think it was worth it, we give you 50% back, we give you 25% back. But Nigerian course creators, we're not at that stage yet. Maybe we'll get there at some point in the future. Where was I? Okay, yeah, so 50,000 naira. So the goal is to try and de-risk, reduce as much risk in making this decision as possible. So it is in that light that I told him to work for free. Because my first question to him was, do you know anybody who has taken part in this course and who has made a killing out of it? And he said, no. If he knew anybody who had done the course and seemed to be doing quite well, then part of de-risking this decision would be to go and have a conversation with those guys. Like, hey, Kunle, what's up? BC, how are you doing? I heard that you took so and so course, and the thing is 50k. Is this thing worth it? The person will either say yes or no. If they say yes, they'll tell you why. If they say no, they'll tell you why. For those who say yes, you ask some more questions like, okay, cool. So apart from the course, what assignments were you given? What else did you guys do? Is there anything extra needed on my own part to make this thing worth it? And, those sorts of questions, because you're trying to get a sense of whether this thing is worth putting 50,000 naira down or not. Now, unfortunately, he doesn't know anyone, but he knows somebody within the organization that sells this 50,000 naira training. So I told him, okay, this makes a lot of, the next step is quite easy or quite hard, depending on how you look at it. You go and talk to this friend of yours, see if you can have a meeting with one of the higher ups, and you level with them that, look, I'm a young boy, I'm going to come up. I really admire what you guys are building here. I one day I hope to be like you guys. I admire this thing that you guys are building, and so I'm going to do absolutely anything to be around you guys and to learn as much as possible, even though I don't have this 50k now. So in the meantime, until I have this 50k to pay you for this, can I come and chill with you guys? Can I work with you guys for free? Let me just be here, 2-3 months. Anything you guys need done, I will do for you. So that's the pitch. And I now explain to him, this is the reason why you're making the pitch. While you're with them for a month or two, you'll get to see how they run this business, whether they're able to deliver these results that they claim for other clients, and whether these methods, these results, the methods that they're teaching, whether it works for them in building their own business. Apart from that, I told him by hanging around other business people, you get to pick up different things. How you handle sales, how you handle promotions, how you handle negotiations, how you handle marketing, how you manage teams, different sorts of things. So it'll be a nice way to learn by osmosis for another 2 or 3 months. And then he asked me, okay, I understand, but what would I do for them if I was working for free? And I told him, well, that's simple. We can't guess about what that is from here. You having a conversation with them would have to ask, okay, you make the pitch, I want to work for you guys for 2-3 months. Is there anything that you guys need help with, around here? And then you listen and hear what they say. What they say will determine whether we go forward or not. If they need help, but but the help is mostly menial stuff, maybe like cooking or cleaning, then I guess there's no point in hanging around them. But if they need help, it's a property firm, and they also do the trainings. If you need help with listings or client relations or something like that, then I'm like, hey, by all means, go ahead. But with the fuel price increase in Nigeria, the cost of energy just tripled, quadrupled, depending on which part of the country you're in. Of course, you'd have to let them know that, hey, if I want to do anything that involves running around, you guys have to raise me some TP. You have to raise me some transport fare. Make sure you have that conversation, because as much as you're working for free, the goal is not to be out of pocket too much by the time you're done. Let it not be that you go ahead with this thing and you end up spending 150k of your money. Of course, then it would have been just cheaper to just pay 50k for the course, and then just let it be. So I told him these are the sort of conversations that you have with these people. These are the sorts of things that you can learn, and it's a way of de-risking, because after you hang out with these people for 2-3 months, you get a sense of whether they're legit or not, whether this program is useful or not. Then you'll know whether you can go ahead and drop 50,000 on the seminar. And who knows, after spending so much time with them, 2-3 months, they might say, hey, this dude is one of our own. Instead of paying 50,000 for the training, why not just bring 25? Why not just bring 15? I mean, you never know. Some people have special discounts for people that they consider their homies, their homeboys. So I explained it to him, and then he got it, and I was like, okay, cool, he's going to try it out. And so I figured I'd make this podcast episode to just point out 2 things. Number 1, texting, emailing is not as effective as we think, because sometimes we have something at the back of our mind, we craft it, we send it. We have the background knowledge, so it makes sense. The other person doesn't have the background knowledge, it doesn't make sense. And that's part of the reason why I propose that I'm a fan of phone calling or face-to-face meetings, because then you get to pass along a whole lot, and then you get people to buy in and to take action on the project. If I had limited it to just texting, this guy would not have taken action on it. But because we had a phone call, he's going to take action, because now he understands where it is that I'm coming from. And then it's also another example about how working for free might not be such a bad idea after all, because yes, technically speaking, you'll be working for free. He'll be handling client relations for free. He might help them in drawing up copy for the next promotional program. They might need him to make photocopies at the next training session. What else? He might be there at signing when clients are signing over property. He might be the one that might even deliver the paperwork to and from the client's office, things like that. So it's going to be a lot of legwork. It's going to be a lot of drudgery, especially since he's going to be there from, let's say, maybe from 9 to 3 every single day. But then there's soft benefits. He's picking up lots of things by osmosis around running a business, especially running a realty. Is it realty or realtor? Running a realty business or a realtor business, since that's his jam. He wants to be involved in the real estate space. So he's going to be picking up a lots of things by osmosis. And then he's also going to be able to figure out if their program is worth it or not. So he's going to be able to de-risk spending more money with them. So this is another example about how we shouldn't be too binary when we're thinking about some of these things. It's not always just the profit that we're going to get in hard currency when it comes to making some of these decisions. We have to be able to look at a wide variety of factors given the context to see whether working for free is worth the jump or not. So if you are a 20-year-old listening to this podcast, because we have quite a few of you guys now between the ages of 18 to 25, or is it 22, listening to the podcast. So you're 18 years old, you don't have a girlfriend, now's the time to go all in. You're 18 years old, you don't have a boyfriend, now's the time to go all in on some of these things. Because by the time you get a boyfriend, your boyfriend will be like, babe, how far? I haven't seen you in 2 weeks. Why aren't you coming over? It's Saturday. Aren't you going to spend some time with your boyfriend? Oh, you don't love me anymore, blah, 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 and all of that. So if you don't have a significant other, you're young enough and you've already started, now is the time to go all in. And I am not saying that long-term relationships or relationships of any sorts are bad things. So I'm not saying don't get a girlfriend if you're 20, and I'm not saying don't get a boyfriend if you're an 18-year-old girl. By all means, if the right person comes along, yeah, give it a try, because at the end of the day, a lot of us are called to discern marriage, and this is the process of discerning marriage, which is dating. But I'm just saying, if you're not shackled up with anyone at the moment, now is a good time to throw yourself headlong into the business, alternative avenues for getting extra income, those sorts of things. You're not going to regret the time that you spend in this. And by the time you are ready to enter into a fulfilled long-term relationship or to get married, you find that these skills will come in quite in handy. So by the time your husband, all these skills will come in handy. You'll be able to provide for your family, augment the family income, and be a good father to your children, because you'll be able to teach them about the world. This is what you need to succeed. This is what you need to get on in life. The same thing as a young girl. You get involved in all this now, it's going to enhance your value as a wife, because you're going to be able to augment the family purse. And of course, you'll be able to talk to your sons and your daughters, most importantly, that this is what it means to be a modern woman in today's day and age. This is how you get some of yours. This is how you get yours. This is how you claim your own space in the world. And this is how you chart a way forward. So thank you very much for listening to today's episode. I'll catch you guys at the next episode, where we're going to get back to the whole thing on outbound and inbound when it comes to promoting your business. What is the relationship between the two, and how does it work? So thanks for listening to the bonus episode, and I'll catch you guys at the next scheduled recording.